deals. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time, throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
A minute remaining, and they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. We're sending it in, Jerome. We're 6 days away from college basketball. Thank God we are almost there. But we're not here to talk college basketball today. We are here to talk some NFL football. Week 9, preview and picks against the spread. As always, I'm being joined by Mr. Swervin' Irvin Washington and Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson.
There we go.
We brought back the Mario sound.
I was going to say, you found that button again, huh?
Found it back. I got it back. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good. Watching some Peaky Blinders. Now I'm going to talk some NFL football.
Peaky
Doing good,
Blinders.
but I'm not having as good of a hair day as Irvin is.
That's Crazy Bone
looks
over there.
good.
We got a special guest tonight, Mr. Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Man, excited to be here. Excited to talk some NFL football for sure. I actually think we got a pretty good slate this week. Who's on the bye this week, Ben?
Let's see. We've got Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, New York Giants, Pittsburgh, and
All right. So the Denver Broncos trade away Bradley Chubb. Probably good for them that they have a bye week so they can kind of get acclimated. So before we hop into the show, let's kind of talk about some of these trades that went down today, or the last couple of days. Bradley Chubb goes from the Broncos to the Dolphins. The Broncos are trying to recoup some draft picks that they lost trading for Russell Wilson, obviously. Probably the best thing for them to do. I'm pretty sure you agree with that, Irv, at this point in the season.
I think this is more of a move for the Dolphins. We're going all in because that's one thing Denver do have is a lot of pass rushers. Of course, you're going to miss a Bradley Chubb. I think he had 6-7 sacks. So, but we got the depth and we got the talent at outside linebacker or edge players to withstand trading a guy like that. Gregory should be back after the bye week, if not the next week. If not the next week after that. So he should be back within the next 2 games. You got Jonathan Cooper, you got Nick Bonito, and you got Baron Browning. So we still 4 deep quality pass rushers. We just got to get our offense together. But I would say there's nothing wrong with, picking up some draft picks. And we got Chase Edmonds to really help our backfield, good third down back. He could catch the ball, block. I think they're going to still ride with Melvin Gordon for some reason and Latavius Murray. So I like it. It helps both teams immediately. Denver definitely can use a first-round pick because I heard they're shopping Jerry Jeudy too, so they might be in a market for a wide receiver next year's draft.
Well, the trade deadline's over now, so they're not going to trade him till at least the offseason.
Oh, I thought we had another week. My bad.
No, it was today. That was the deadline.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Deadline.
Yeah, they're throwing in the towel.
Yep.
But I saw Schefter's post about who the Dolphins, obviously because of Chubb going to the Dolphins, but who the Dolphins have now received because of that trade with the Niners. And they've got Jalen Waddle, 12th round pick. They've got Tyreek Hill from that first round pick in 2022. And then now Bradley Chubb, which was that first round pick that they traded. So not a bad turnaround for
Trey Lance.
Yeah. As long as you think that they're all, well, as long as you think as a Miami fan, Tua's good enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at
there's
this point,
not as
they're
much
stuck
upside.
with Tua, dude. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way around it. Chase Claypool goes to the Bears. I thought that was a pretty good move. I mean, they get Justin Fields, some wide receiver talent, so now Bears fans can't say, well, he doesn't have any talent around him, you know.
Yeah,
so
why? I mean, they're done for the season. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, they have an extra second round pick, so I mean, it makes perfect sense. Get him a quality veteran wide receiver, you know what I mean? And I mean, not only that, but they took him away from Green Bay, and Green Bay has been rumored to be in on Chase Claypool basically all season.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a double whammy. You get Chase Claypool, plus you take him away from your division rival.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good move. And to be honest, you know, I've talked a lot of shit about Justin Fields, and rightfully so. I mean, he played like one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL in the first in the first full like 6 weeks.
Yep.
But you know, the last 2 weeks he's looked really good. You know what I mean? And he looked really good against Dallas, except for not touching Micah Parsons down, you know, which was kind of a boneheaded move. But as far as playing quarterback, I think the Bears have, I think they've taken a page out of what Philly and Baltimore did and said, you know what? We're not going to make Justin Fields something that he's not. Let's do something that he does well. Like, let's run our offense around what he does well. And it's starting to work. You know what I mean? Like, the last 2 weeks, they put up more points than they put up the entire season basically combined.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good move.
And how long is Claypool signed for?
I mean, he's on his rookie deal. I think he's got 2 more years left on it.
Okay. So this is really just a big push for the future.
Yeah, and I also think it allows him to evaluate Justin Fields a little better too, because you know now there isn't those excuses. Well, he doesn't have any talent around him, because Darnell Mooney's a good wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you get him another good wide receiver, and Chase Claypool is a big body target. Like, he's a guy that you can throw the ball up to and he can go get it. So now, like, you know, if you're the Bears, you're Matt Eberflus, and you're what's their GM's name? Ryan Poles. You know, they obviously didn't draft Justin Fields, so they inherited Justin Fields. So now they can say, okay, do we like Justin Fields enough to the point where let's build a team around him, or, you know, do we just scrap it and draft our team and go forward building our team that way? So I think this allows them to evaluate him a little bit more.
Yeah. And I think you made a great point about it taking away from Green Bay, because Green Bay not signing a wide receiver today was something I was a little surprised about.
Yeah, huge, dude. I mean, Brandon Cooks is out here on Twitter, you know, basically pleading the Texans to trade him. You know what I mean? And he doesn't get traded. I mean, DJ Moore was probably available for trade. I'm sure the Panthers are probably asking for a fucking haul, dude.
They probably wanted a first rounder, maybe minimum.
Yeah, and Jerry Jeudy also available, and you know the Broncos. I mean, I'm sorry, the Packers don't pull the trigger on any of them, and that's their that's their weakness right now is wide receiver.
Yeah, and I think with Hawkinson going to the Vikings, I think that makes that.
That was a huge pickup.
I'd say that division is locked now with Minnesota.
Yeah.
Barring an injury.
That's a huge trade, dude, because Hawkinson is he's one of the best tight ends in the game, dude. Definitely.
I don't see how you trade a dude like that within your division.
Yeah, for like breadcrumbs, dude.
What, a second round pick, right?
Yeah. I don't, dude. The Lions are just they're a fucking.
It's going to be a late
show,
second too, because the Vikings are going to get one of the top 10 teams. So
dude. The Lions are an absolute fucking dog shit franchise, dude. They can't do nothing right. You know what I mean? Like, this is just an organization that has been run poorly for centuries at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a good football team.
Let's go that one.
Which one?
Let's go decades.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, NFL's been around. They've been an NFL team since like 1910, man. They've never been good.
I don't know about that.
They haven't. They suck.
I think they won the NFL championship back in the day.
Yeah, when fucking they played with leather helmets and couldn't throw the ball forward.
I'm just saying, some people will bring that up when they get desperate enough.
Shit. terrible, man. The Lions are just, I mean, their coach sucks. They're fucking, it's comical, dude. They fire their defensive backs coach. Like, that's going to solve everything on your defense, dude.
Yeah, that's not solving shit.
So,
Okay, I got a question for you. Which is the dumber trade of the day? Bills getting Hines because they're not going to run the ball anyways, or the Jags getting Ridley?
The Jags getting Ridley.
you don't like that move? I mean, they didn't trade.
I like the
anything,
move, but
really.
he can't help them right away. They need help right now.
Yeah, that's true. The Hines trade, I mean, like, he kind of fits what Buffalo wants to do because he's like a multi-dimensional
ball.
back. Yeah, like they don't like to run the ball anyways, so you know,
They ran it a little more against the what's the name, so I'll give them that.
yeah, barely, and then they went away from it in the second half.
Yeah, but that's what they do.
But dude, them and the Bills and the Chiefs, like, they just need to run the football. Like, they need to get over it and just do it. And the Bills, like, they just like always want to run Josh Allen. Like, dude, you're gonna get that guy killed at some point.
Even though he's 6'5", 250, I wouldn't be running my franchise quarterback like that at all.
At all, but I mean, it is a dimension, and I brought this up with Ben on Sunday, Irving, and I was gonna bring it up with you. Like, the game of football is just like we're seeing the change right in front of our eyes. Where if you look at the good teams right now, they all have mobile quarterbacks whose coaches run design runs. You know, we've talked about the too high safety look and basically teams almost eliminating the pass as much as possible. Now you add in a running quarterback. I mean, it's totally changing, dude. You're seeing Jalen Hurts succeed. He's not a good he's still not a great passer, but he has that running dimension, and it opens up the intermediate throws for like wide open throws for him. Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, now you're seeing Josh Allen. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is a little bit better. He's more of a passing quarterback, but he's still mobile, can still run the ball. Justin Herbert, mobile, athletic quarterback who could pass the ball. You know what I mean? Like, the game is just totally changing. Like, in 2 to 3 years, do you think that there could come a time where, like, if you can't run as a quarterback, you will not be playing quarterback?
No, because at the end of the day, well, you're gonna see a lot more mobile quarterbacks going forward, or quarterbacks that have some type of athleticism. But if you can get the ball out when you need to and deliver it accurately, there's always gonna be a place for white quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, but I think you just have to be special. Like, you have to be like, you have to have an arm that
I think
just goes deep, or that accuracy, on a dime every single throw to be a non-mobile quarterback.
Yeah, like Ben said, because as long as you got the arm and the accuracy, the quarterback is always going to be about being able to beat a team from the pocket. Now, the athleticism just makes you that much more dynamic and opens up the playbook and makes the defense respect your quarterbacks or your run game and stuff like that. It opens that up too, because you always got to account for a Jalen Hurts or
but there's some but that's a Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, like there's such
Fields.
There's
even
such
PJ Walker now, because he could kill you. He could kill you with his legs too. So
yeah,
I definitely see a trend towards more athletic QBs with arm talent. That just makes an offense that much better.
Yeah.
But it's always going to be a job for a pocket quarterback that can kill you from the pocket. Like Joe Burrow is pretty athletic. He just runs when he feels like it, though. But if you can beat Joe Burrow in the pocket, or Pat Mahomes, and you can't
Justin
run
Herbert.
Justin Herbert. Well, he can run too. He just all those damn quarterbacks are pretty much, they're good athletes. They just choose not. They just choose to run when they need to, or they really feel like it. So yeah, I can see like the total statue QB like a Peyton Manning. Yeah, if you're not him from the pocket, I think you do need to have some type of athleticism, because it just makes being a quarterback that much more easier. Like the days of like a Matt Ryan or a Carson.
I mean, look at all of them that are left. That they're just all older. Tom Brady, you could throw in there.
It also just so happens that like
Cousins,
the best passers are
Andy Dalton, QBs like that.
Yeah, and all the best passers now, like they're pretty athletic. But I mean, like when you watch the Bills play, and especially against the Packers, like for the first 3 quarters or first 2.5 quarters, the Bills were averaging 9 yards per play, dude, which is like insane, dude. That's like college numbers.
Yeah, you
And the
can't
whole
do
reason why was because every time Josh Allen would get out of the pocket, the whole defense would like run towards him, and he would just have like a wide open throws. He didn't even have to be accurate because he was throwing to wide open guys. You know what I mean?
especially that first touchdown pass to, I think it was to
Dawson
Knox.
Knox. Yeah, he was wide open. Like there was nobody around him.
It was like four defenders. Four defenders. What's the name? Running at him, and he hit the tight end wide open in the end zone.
And that's like it's a game changer, dude. It's an absolute game changer. So it's like if you establish the run with your quarterback, I almost think it's as deadly as establishing the pass in years past, right? Because now you establish the run with your quarterback, and the defense is so worried about your quarterback getting out and breaking explosive runs that they leave their assignments in the pass game. You know what I mean? Like we see this with Lamar Jackson all the time. We see this with Josh Allen all the time. You know, and Jalen Hurts now too. It all starts with the run, and then it opens up everything in the pass game. It's a different age in NFL, man. We're seeing it right before our eyes. All right, let's talk about these games, though. Let's hop into our first game. Thursday night. Eagles at Texans. Right now, Eagles are 14-point favorites on the road. The total's 45. Philly, obviously, 7-0 straight up, 5-2 against the spread, 4-3 to the over. Houston, 1-5-1 straight up, 3-3-1 against the spread, 3-4 to the over. Ben, what's your initial thoughts on this game?
Initial thoughts is 14 is way too much here. I don't think Houston is that great of a team, but they've at least kept a lot of these games close. But I mean, I don't think I can put 14 points on the road, with a team that's, who's had so much success in the easiest way. Like, I guess that's not really the best way of putting it, but the Phillies, the Eagles have been handed their schedule. This is another one of those games, but to go 14 points, I mean, they couldn't do that against Jacksonville. They couldn't do that against, Arizona and Dallas. Yeah, it's understandable. Pittsburgh, they did blow out of the water. Pittsburgh's not a fighting team like Houston is.
Yeah, but Houston cannot stop the run. They're 32nd DVOA against the rush. They are awful, dude. They gave up almost 300 yards of rushing against the Titans. They gave up over 200 against the Raiders.
They're going to be the worst team in defense, huh?
They're not the worst defensive team, but against the rush, they are fucking atrocious, dude.
I think that's why Philly is scheduled. Favored by 14, because if Philly runs the ball like the fucking Texans did, if Philly runs the ball the way Tennessee Titans did, I don't think the Texans score a touchdown or maybe get a field goal, because they ain't gonna get the damn ball. The offense is gonna be on the sideline for most of the game.
Yeah, it's
but they were able to keep Tennessee to 7.
17.
But 7 points, 17-10. So
yeah, but they had Malik Willis at quarterback.
They had Malik Willis at quarterback. So.
It was his first start, so it was a big difference. I agree, 14 is a lot, dude. Which is why I am not gonna play this line, at least. If anything, I'm gonna look at the total, which is sitting at 45 right now.
That's a lot too.
Yeah, I would definitely lean the under there because, Philadelphia has a great defense in their own right. They have a top 3 defense, and the only weakness of Philly is that they're 22nd against the run, and that's where Houston is kind of good.
No, they're not.
They're 27th running the ball, but
yeah, they're not good.
They're 29th passing, dude. All right, so
that's not good either. But they don't even put up 100 yards a game.
But Dameon Pierce is a legit threat out of the backfield. Like he's a good rusher. And a lot of times, like, they're not a good rushing team because they play from behind the whole game, so they're not able to really establish the run at all. If they're gonna cover this 14, they're gonna have to run the ball. They're gonna have to control the clock, and they're gonna have to score points when they can.
Yeah.
You know. Either way, I kind of see this being a low scoring game unless Philadelphia somehow puts up like 35 points, because I don't see Houston scoring a lot in this game.
Yeah. And even if, I mean, they'd have to put up 10 points if Philly puts up 35.
So I kind of like lean the under here. Honestly, this game
definitely
sucks.
see this being like a 21-3, 27-3 type game.
Yeah.
Which is why I like the under, but I mean, laying 14 is a lot, dude.
On the road
in an NFL playoff, not an NFL playoff game, but in an NFL game, that's a lot.
Yeah, because like you said, the other team is professionals. They get paid too. But man, the Texans, they just, if it ain't like a division game, they look terrible sometimes.
Yeah. Well, they've kept, at least in the last 5 games, I can go back even further, they've kept everything in by 14 points. I mean, I know none of these teams, well, I guess you could put Tennessee as a running team like that, but let's see. Indy tie, Chicago, they lost by 3, Denver by 7, 10 to the Chargers. They won against Jacksonville. So 18 against Vegas, and then 7 against Tennessee. I mean, they've kept these games at least.
To be honest, they were winning that game against the Raiders until like 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, they just fell apart.
That was like a absolute crumble, dude.
Yeah.
They do a pick 6, then the Raiders score on the next drive, and the next drive after that.
Yep, it was over.
14 is just a lot of points. Houston at least stays close in this game.
Yeah.
I think they get the shit beat out of them.
Houston hasn't been a 14-point dog this year. They haven't even been a 10-point dog this year.
It wouldn't surprise me if they got the shit beat out.
Oh, hold on.
But
so Houston, when they're a 7 to 13.5-point dog, they're 3-1 against the spread, 1-0 at home. They haven't been a 14-point dog at all.
Damn.
No, the biggest was 11.5 last week. Oh no, wait, sorry, that was Philly.
I think it was that was 11.5.
10 against Denver. 13.5 last January.
So I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm willing to lay the 14 here. I would lean the Eagles minus the 14, but I think I'm more comfortable playing the under here. I just think that this is I feel like this is an under type game, dude. Like I don't see, if the Texans are going to keep it close, it's got to be a low scoring game. And if it's not a close game, I just don't see the Texans scoring enough points to make it go over.
Yep.
Like the Eagles would have to do that all by themselves.
The over-under is 45, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely going under. I see this game being like 21-3, 31-10, something like that. The Texans aren't scoring more than 10 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right, dude. So if they're going to cover, it's probably got to be like 10 to 20, 21, you know what I mean?
21-10. That's what I was thinking.
And the Eagles will probably score those 21 points in the second quarter.
Yeah. And then nothing for the whole second half.
They've done it
Did
before.
They do that again against the Steelers or no?
Nah, it wasn't as bad, but they did put up most of their points in the second quarter. I'm telling you, bro, there's something about that team. They get all their points in the second quarter, and then they just...
Well, shit, if they getting all their points in the first half and they stopping teams from scoring, I guess
maybe take them first half, dude. First half is probably going to be like minus like 7.5, 8, though. You're probably going to have to pay a fucking tax on there.
Yeah, they put up 14 in the second half last week, 21 in the first.
So what do you guys like? Are we all leaning we're all going with the under here?
I'm taking Eagles. I'm not betting it, but don't be surprised if the Eagles cover the 14. They're going to beat the shit out the Texans.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all. This Texans team sucks, dude. They're awful. They're not a good football team.
I just think they can hold it closer than 2 touchdowns.
I think the Eagles scored 28 points in the second quarter.
28-0 is the final score.
Two pick sixes and two offensive touchdowns. Yeah.
They might get a strip sack for a fumble and a touchdown because that O line cannot. Those tackles cannot. They're not going to be able to block the Eagles DNs.
Yeah, probably not. All right, let's do let's move on to our next game. We got the Bills at the New York Jets. Battle of New York here. Buffalo comes into this game 6-1 straight up, 4-2-1 against the spread, 1-6 to the over. The Jets 5-3 straight up, 5-3 against the spread, and 3-5 to the over. Right now Buffalo's laying 13 on the road. This is another double digit favorite here on the road. The total's 47.5. So Ben, this was the game, Irvin, this was the game you want to talk about. So
Yeah, because I see this game either going two ways. Kyle Wilson actually looks like what's his name? Kyle Wilson, right?
Zach Wilson.
Well, Zach Wilson actually looks like an NFL QB and doesn't throw three picks and get his team absolutely blown the fuck out. And we have a decent game, or it's gonna be all bad. Now another thing you gotta watch too is the Jets have a lot of injuries on the O line, and the Bills D line has feasted on teams this year so far. Especially they don't have to blitz to get pressure. Rosso off the edge and Von Miller, and they got those 2D tackles cleaning stuff up in the middle. So
Yep.
I think this one can get ugly. I think the Jets can cover because they got a pretty damn good defense. I like their D line. The linebackers been playing a lot better, especially Mosley having like a career resurgence because everybody thought he was dead in the water. It's just a secondary concerns me too because that secondary be getting away with a lot of penalties. I don't think they're gonna be able to get away with that against the Bills.
Well, the Jets are, obviously they hang their hat on defense, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're eighth DVOA in defense, or eighth against the pass and eighth against the rush. So, like, they're top 10 in everything defensively. They get a ton of turnovers, right? They've been feasting on turnovers, which is part of the reason why I've been saying that they're kind of fraudulent. They're averaging over one turnover a game. But so is the Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're averaging over one turnover a game. And if there's a quarterback that's gonna throw interceptions, it's gonna be Zach Wilson. You know what I mean? But one thing that I did notice last week when the Bills played the Packers was that, the Packers have a pretty good secondary themselves. And the Bills just like stopped. They refused to run the ball. They kept trying to attack the secondary, and the Packers secondary was doing their job. They started to shut the Bills wide receivers down, right? So I don't think that it's going to be easy for the Bills to just throw the ball all over the field on the Jets, because I think the Jets have a better secondary than the Packers do, right? And they don't run the ball, so we know they're not even going to try to run the ball. So this very well could be a low scoring game, and whenever you think it's a low scoring game, you always want to lean towards a dog getting 13 or more points, right? Because if you think it's going to be a 30-point game, chances are the dog's going to cover this game. It's also a division opponent. They're on the road. This is a tough one, dude. I lean the Jets with the points here. There's no way I'm laying the points with the Bills.
This is another one of those, like, could the Bills go out there and absolutely destroy the Jets? Yes, but what's telling us that they're gonna do it? This is kind of like that, 14 that we just saw. I think I'm with you. I'm going to go Jets on this. I think a big part of that is what happened last week when, the Jets lost a tight one to New England. So they're going to be coming back and looking to get back on those winning ways. Are they going to win? No, probably not. But are they going to be able to keep it to 13? Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think offensively, the Jets, what they're doing this year, are probably just as good. Again, your QB is not going to be as good as Green Bay's, but I think their offense as a whole is pretty close to what Green Bay is putting up right now. And they were able to keep it to 10 points. And I'd say Jets defense is probably just as good as Green Bay's.
Yeah.
If not better.
The only thing I would say is the Bills' defense is definitely better than they're also very good themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Irv alluded to, the
Yep.
defensive line is gonna feast. I mean, reason why I only lean the Jets is because I could very well see a scenario where Zach Wilson throws fucking 4 interceptions and 2 of them are pick sixes.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like that's what keeps me away from this game. Like backing Zach Wilson is that's a choice, dude. That is definitely a choice. A choice that I'm not.
I don't necessarily think I'm backing Zach Wilson. I think I'm backing 13 points.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to take the number for sure.
And they're at home.
I'd probably wait and because this line's gonna get to 14, dude. Let it get to 14. Take the 14. Take the full 2 scores.
61% are on Buffalo at minus 13.
Yeah, it's gonna go up, dude. Definitely gonna go up.
Buffalo. Buffalo was up 14 on Pittsburgh. They won by 35.
But that was Pittsburgh. That was Pittsburgh first.
Yeah.
TJ Watt.
Yeah, Buffalo's 1-0 as a 14 or more point favorite.
Yeah, the next closest is 10.5 at Green Bay, and they won by 10. And then Tennessee at 10, and they won by 34.
Whew, yeah.
Fuck. I gotta change. I gotta change that up. I think I'm gonna go Buffalo minus 13 here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna beat the shit out the Jets too.
Under 47.5, I think is a bet.
It probably does go under. I could definitely see this being another game where Jets don't score over 10 points.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson throws 3 pick sixes.
Well, then it's going over because they're putting up 21 points on defense.
Yeah, but then the offense just gonna chill.
Yeah.
They're gonna kick their feet up.
Hines is gonna run the ball actually.
Yeah, no, this is probably a stay away game for me. There's a lot of goals being scored in the Sharks game though.
What's it at now?
5-4.
Losing?
Yeah. All right. So we all basically lean the Bills here.
Yep.
Yeah. When we all agree, something either is gonna be all bad or all good.
So we're leaning Bills, leaning under. Does anyone actually like that game?
No.
Irv, you're the one that picked it.
I know, but I only picked it because it's the Bills, and I think that if Zach Wilson can actually play like an NFL QB, it could be actually
any given Sunday, dude.
So is he gonna snap out of it and have a bounce back game, or he's gonna get his ass handed to him again by the Bills defense? So I'm interested to see how that works out. I think Breece Hall getting hurt really put a damper on that offense.
Yeah, but
I forgot about that.
They do bring in Justin Robinson, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's a nice. He's a nice. He's kind of he's similar.
He's no Breece Hall, but we'll see. We'll see. This will be his first game. He didn't play last week.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works out. All right, let's move on to our next team. We got the Chargers at the Falcons, America's team, the Atlanta Falcons. Right now, this line, Chargers laying 3.5 on the road at Atlanta. The total is 49.5. Chargers coming to this game 4-3 straight up, 4-3 against the spread, 4-3 to the over. They're coming off their bye as well. The Atlanta Falcons are 4-4 straight up, 6-2 against the spread, 5-3 to the over, and they are in first place in their division, the NFC South. First place Falcons. Who would have ever thought that was possible? This is also, what's the date on Sunday?
The 5th or the 6th?
The 6th.
Oh, so they play the Falcons on next Thursday night, or the Panthers. Wow, so they play the Panthers on Thursday night after this game. Chargers play San Francisco 49ers after this game. What's your thoughts on this one, Irv?
This is gonna be a battle of who can impose their will on the other team, because the Falcons suck at stopping the pass,
Yep.
even though it's due to injuries. But I think if AJ Terrell does play, that'll help him out a little bit. But if he doesn't play, is
Is
whatever
Keenan Allen playing?
They said I think Keenan Allen's coming back because they had him on a snap count last game. Well, no, he held out last game, so he wouldn't be on the snap count for this game.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna be a full participant. But whoever
Didn't practice Monday.
I think AJ Terrell is playing this game too.
Okay, so if the Chargers suck at stopping the run, Falcons are one of the best run teams in the league. And the last 3-4 weeks, the Falcons have been horrible against the pass, and the Chargers have Justin Herbert and his pretty much all his weapons gonna be back for this game.
Yeah.
So that's what it's gonna come down to. And the Falcons just looked horrible in the secondary against PJ Walker and the Panthers, especially on that Hail Mary.
No Rashawn Slater, no Trainer, no Joey Bosa, no Mike Williams. Palmer questionable with a concussion. They got a lot of injuries, dude.
I thought Mike Williams was gonna be back. Damn. So I guess his injury was worse than what they thought it was.
He's questionable, so I mean, if he's questionable at this point, he's probably going to come back.
Who?
Palmer?
Yeah, but I mean, he's not Mike. I mean, losing Mike Williams is huge.
Yeah.
Even if you get Keenan Allen back, and is Keenan Allen 100%?
No, he didn't practice yesterday.
Dude can't stay healthy.
That's his only knock on him. Other than that, that's a top 10 wide receiver right there.
Give me the Falcons plus a 3.5. America's team 6-2 against the spread. They can run. They're one of the best rushing teams in the league. Algier, just really doing his thing. They also Kyle Pitts is finally getting involved in the offense. Drake London has been spectacular too, and on top of that, J.C. Jackson out for the Chargers. Irvin.
Yeah, he out for the year. I like the over, honestly, too.
Yeah, the over. That's a solid bet too.
That would probably be my best bet for this game. But this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a war of attrition. The run game versus the pass game. What team is going to get the job done?
Yeah, but I mean, are you going to take a more healthy run team or are you going to take a fucking banged up passing team?
I'll tell you. The Falcons at home with the and their +3. So it seems like a good bet because they 6-2 against the spread. So. But I thought if Mike Williams plays, I give the Chargers a better shot.
He's not playing. He's out. He's ruled out till late November.
I thought he was questionable, Ben. Or Ben was talking about
Josh Palmer.
No, you're saying Palmer. Mike Williams is out till late November.
Missing Mike Williams, yeah, I'll take the Falcons at home because Mike Williams is a big part of that.
Even the Chargers kicker's hurt, dude.
That's damn. They like the Broncos when it comes to injuries. They need to fire their training staff too.
Yeah, remember their training staff almost fucking killed a guy.
Oh yeah, almost killed Teddy Bridgewater.
No, not Teddy.
Tyrod Taylor.
That's that's so racist of you, dude. Just naming random black quarterbacks.
I'm not naming random black quarterbacks. Both their names start with a T. I just got it mixed up.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, no, I'm black. I can't be racist.
I mean, dude, I've seen it before.
Uncle Ruckus.
Oh, I'm dead. All right, let's move on to our next game. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the LA Rams. Right now, the Rams heading into this game 3-4 straight up, 2-5 against the spread, 2-5 to the over. Tampa Bay 3-5 straight up, 2-6 against the spread, 2-6 to the over. Right now, the Rams 3-point dogs on the road. Tampa Bay laying 3. The total is 42.5. Ben, what do you think about this game? Oh, and by the way, Cooper Kupp questionable with the ankle injury.
Yeah.
Did he practice?
Let's see. Cooper Kupp.
I don't think he did.
Indicated Money that he expects Cup to play this coming Sunday against the Bucks.
but didn't practice. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Probably getting treatment.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about this one, Ben?
I mean, it's the battle of the fucking Bengay this week. The like Tiger Bomb. Who's gonna be able to last longer
the
on their
battle of
walkers?
Viagra.
I mean, both of these teams are they're slowing down so much that I'm gonna look at the under here at 42.5. Like it's a little low, but at the same time, like I don't see the Bucks putting up a lot of points because both of these teams have decent defenses that only allow around 20 points per, but their offenses are just trash. I mean, LA is only putting up 16.9 a game. Tampa Bay is only putting up 18.3 a game. Both of these offensive have looked horrible running the ball.
Yep.
And you've got two good pass defenses. I don't think there's going to be any place to put up points.
Well,
both of these O lines kind of suck.
The Rams actually not very good against the pass. They're 19th against the pass, 4th against the run. Tampa Bay on the flip side, 6th against the pass, 19th against the run. But the funny thing about Tampa is they were 8th against the run 3 weeks ago. It's really the last 2 games that they played against the
Carolina and Baltimore.
Carolina and Baltimore like have just like slaughtered their fucking data, dude, for the year.
Yeah.
So, they can get back to that, especially in the sense that like the Rams haven't been able to run the ball against anybody.
Yeah.
They couldn't even run the ball against the fucking Falcons. They couldn't run the ball against fucking a Pop Warner team at this point. So, I mean, dude, I hate to say this. I hate to do this because it's not in my nature, but, dude, I think I got to take the Bucks here. -3. I mean, dude, Tom Brady's finally getting divorced. That shit's getting cleared out of the way. He can go back to being a dude, just being a dude.
That ain't gonna help him.
I don't think it could, especially with fucking Pete Davidson on Giselle's arm last night.
No fucking way, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Pete Davidson gets around, bro.
Halloween party last night. That's really gonna piss him off. Is that gonna light a fire on his ass, or is that gonna make him cry?
It could, dude. Pete Davidson's a fucking legend, dude.
He's really not.
Dude, he's the king of Staten Island. What are you talking about?
I don't even know that's where he was from, but anyway, back to this game. Both O lines are terrible. The Rams have a healthier D line. The Bucks are really going to miss Shaq Barrett. I think he's out for the year. He ruptured his Achilles tendon.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, he's out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year. I guess it depends on what O line is going to play better. If I'm betting this game, I'm betting the under for sure. I don't think neither one of these teams are scoring over 20 points. I think the final score going to probably be like 17-14 or 13-10, something like that. I think the over is damn near guaranteed for this game. I mean, the under is damn near guaranteed for this game. But you got both QBs struggling. The only difference is Tom ain't turning the ball over like that, and Stafford is turning the ball over at a very high rate. Now, if he does that against the Bucks, especially on the road, and it sets up the Bucks to be in decent field position, I think Tom can score enough points to get the win. So if I was to bet this game, I would definitely lean the Bucks by a little bit. I'm not confident in them because they O-line is terrible and they can't run the ball, and you're gonna give a pass rushing team too many shots at your QB, and that's a recipe for disaster.
Yep. No, I agree with that. The Bucks are getting a lot of their secondary back that's been out. Winfield is questionable now, but Murphy Button Jr. is questionable now. So we should be seeing some of those guys get back. Like I said, the Rams can't run the ball against anybody, dude.
Well, yeah, and they have Cam Akers questionable for personal reasons.
Yeah, they not playing him anymore. They was trying to trade him today. They was trying to trade him to the Bears. They wanted to get Montgomery.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, but they wasn't able to trade him, so I think they're just gonna release him at the end of the year.
Man, both these teams suck, dude.
Yeah.
it's like a game like this. I would choose what team is playing actually like playing better, but neither one of them are playing neither one of them are playing anywhere near good right now. So I'm gonna just be safe and take the under because they both got decent defenses. It's not like both defenses are trash. It's just the offenses struggle to put up points.
Well, the
Yep.
Bucks defense is like super banged up though.
Yeah, that pass rush. Even though the Rams' offensive line is not good, Buffalo just don't have the. I mean, the Bucks just don't have the talent that they used to on the edge to get after the quarterback like that.
Yeah, that's true. But
Especially,
if there's no Cooper Cup, I mean, dude, that changes everything for.
He's probable.
Yeah, I know he's listed as probable, but I mean, that ankle injury he had was pretty nasty, dude.
Yeah.
a lot of those times, those injuries look a lot worse than what they really are.
That's true. Good
Especially,
point.
especially live, because not to get off topic too much, but if you look at Jordan Addison injury, you thought his season was over at USC, the way he went down.
Yeah, he didn't
So
play last week though.
yeah, he didn't. Well, they rested him. They didn't need him against Arizona.
They almost did though.
Nah, not really. I think that was more of the defensive injuries than it was our offense.
All right, so we're all aside here. Who we taking?
If I had to choose, gun to my head, Russian roulette, give me the Bucks at home because I know Stafford is going to throw. More than likely, he's going to throw a pick or a pick six, and that could change the game.
Ben? We're all on the under. We know that.
Yeah, I'm betting that under for sure.
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay. Just because LA's defense has been atrocious.
Well, if y'all both going Tampa, I gotta go Rams because when we all agree, it never pans out. So give me the Rams +3.
Yeah, I'm leaning Bucks here, but I think
I'm not gonna bet this game.
yeah, I like the
Gonna
under
stay
though.
away.
I do like
Yeah.
the under.
I'm trying to go 5-0 again.
Let's say that's
Even though it could have been 4-1. Thanks. Shout out to the Falcons. Well, shout out to the Panthers kicker.
shout out to Kyle, the. You need to shout out Greg Dortch for fucking fumbling a fucking punt return. Cost the Cardinals a fucking game. Fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
All right, let's move on to our next game. We got Miami at Chicago. Miami comes into this game 5-3 straight up, 4-4 against the spread, 3-5 to the over. Chicago 3-5 straight up, 3-4-1 against the spread, 4-4 to the over. Miami is laying 5 on the road here. Chicago catching the 5. The total's 45.5. Ben, what's your thoughts on this one? Because this was the game you picked.
Yeah, I wanted to pick this game just because of the big trades that had happened today. And wanted to see what you guys thought the immediate impact was going to be for Miami. With these pickups, I mean, they get Wilson Jr. from San Francisco. They get Chubb from Denver. And do you think they're going to be able to come in and make an impact right away? Within 4 days here?
I think
I think that these were really good pickups for this team. No. I was going to say that I think they're good pickups for this team. It's what they needed: a running back and what, linebacker?
Mm-hmm. Outside linebacker, DN, however
Yeah.
you want to call it. He can stand up and rush the passer and with his hand in the ground. So I think he's going to definitely play a bigger dividend than Claypool because, it's going to probably take him a week or two to get more acclimated with the playbook. Bradley, they're just going to send him in there and tell his ass to rush the passer. So he probably get about 20, 25 snaps, probably play every third down package. So I think he's going to have more of an impact right off the bat. But getting Claypool is really big for the Bears because it actually gives them a weapon next to Mooney. So Mooney won't just get double covered every game and Fields will have to look out there and try to hope someone else can get open. So that's really going to open up that other side of the field or whatever side of the field that he lines up on. You can play him in the slot too. So it's gonna give Chicago more clarity on what they have with Justin Fields going forward when he gets acclimated to the offensive playbook.
Yeah, I I don't know, dude. Five's a lot on the road.
Yeah, and Miami going into Chicago.
Yeah, and dude, I really like what I've seen from this Bears offense the last 2 weeks. Like they've really simplified things, and like I said, dude, they basically have finally decided we're not gonna make Justin Fields something that he's not. We're gonna teeter this offense around him, and it's working. You know what I mean? And let's not get carried away here. The Dolphins are by no stretch of the imagination a good defense. You know, like they they're not. They're 29th against the pass DVOA and they're ninth against the rush. But a big reason why they're ninth against the rush is because they play up. And if you look at their opponents, they're not really able to run the ball against them because they're up. Um, with that being
But
said,
I think that's a big thing is Chicago is going to try to run the ball against them.
yeah, and Chicago's been able to run the ball against everybody they faced. Like that's one thing Chicago does very well, right? They're not good offensively per se. They're 18th rushing the ball, 31st passing, but a lot of that has to do with because of the first 7 weeks of the season. The last 2 weeks, the Bears have looked like a totally different team in the first 7 weeks of the season. Like a completely different team. And it was similar to how the Eagles were last year. Like the Eagles looked like shit the first 5-6 weeks of the season, and then they like totally turned it around. They fucking changed their offense, and boom, the Eagles fucking railed off like 7 in a row at one point, right? Very similar here with the Bears, dude. I fuck, dude. I don't know, dude. Taking like I just don't like that the Bears trade away Roquan Smith. I think that's a fucking huge loss, dude. Mm-hmm. Like I definitely think the Bears lose this game for what it's worth, but I would take the Bears with the points here.
Not losing Roquan, though. That's a big loss.
That's a huge loss, dude. It's a huge loss in the fact that like the Bears, like he's their best pass rusher and he's also hella good in coverage. Right. The Dolphins though, they don't really pass the ball to their tight ends very often, Mike Gesicki and stuff. And they don't run the ball very well at all either.
But I don't know, is that secondary gonna be able to hold up? Well, the safeties are good.
The Chicago passing defense has been good all season.
Yeah, it's true because they got Jalen Johnson. I forgot they still got him. Yeah. I don't know. They might not let. They probably have to pick your poison with Tyreek and Waddle. They probably not gonna let both of them get off on them.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, dude, Miami's offense, if you take away the fourth quarter against the Ravens, you take away the first 3 drives of the Steelers game, this Miami offense hasn't been like crazy good or anything.
Oh yeah, they haven't, because even look at the Bills game. They started off slow. I mean, not the Bills, the Detroit game. They was down 21-7 at one point. It's just the
Lions are the worst defense in football.
Yeah, they can't play defense, so sooner or later they was gonna wake up and win the game. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna just go past crazy on the Bears defense, because they do have a real good secondary.
Yeah, I gotta lean. I'm gonna lean the Bears here, and I'd probably also lean the over, to be honest.
Yeah, the Bears offense is like waking up, so
yeah.
I think the over is probably the best bet on this game. You can see this game being like 31-28 or 27-24. What's the over under? 46 or
45?
Oh yeah, this definitely can go over.
Yeah, I kind of like the more I think about it, I kind of like the over more, especially because like you lose Roquan Smith, so like you do lose like the best defensive player on your team. Like that's not even a fucking debate, right? I think dude, I actually like this over. That actually might be a best bet material.
And they traded Robert Quinn, one of their better probably top 2 pass rusher.
And the Dolphins fucking their defense sucks. I mean, they're gonna
get a boost though. They're gonna get a boost, especially with getting Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, I mean, but will it happen week 1? I don't know.
Nah, it probably won't happen right away, but it's gonna pay a bigger dividends throughout the season. But I don't think I don't know because Dallas got a damn good defense, and the Bears put 29 points on them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was
So yeah,
all like Fields in that rushing game. Like, that rushing game can run the ball against anybody, dude.
yeah. So I love the over for this game. I would bet Miami with the -5 too, but the over is probably a better bet.
Yeah, I like the over. I like
This
the
could
over in this
this
one.
could low key be a shootout.
Low key. Very low key. I could also see it being like fucking 28 to 6 to 20, you know what I mean? Like 28 to 17.
That's true too.
What are you thinking, Ben? I
I think in
see
Miami here.
I see the clock ticking in there in your head.
Yeah, I just don't think Chicago is really going to be able to put up the points. They haven't really done it much this year. Um, and yes, the addition, of Claypool is good, but how much is he actually going to get? Playing time coming in Tuesday, really not going to be there.
But their
Maybe
offense has been
practice
good
Wednesday,
without
Thursday.
him the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, against a banged up New England's defense,
Oh,
and
no. Not a banged
Dallas
up,
is fine.
not a banged up New England defense. That was a good New England defense. They took him to the woodshed, dude.
Yeah,
Who was
then
missing on
you
that
look
New
at
England defense?
the week before that, they only put up 7 points against
But that's what we're saying
Washington.
is it's totally those last 2 weeks.
Yeah, are different. But is this? But you got to think, like, is this really the team that they are, or are they just playing well right now?
Very similar to the Eagles last year. The Eagles were dog shit for the first several weeks, dude. And then they changed
Chicago
their offense,
is still
turned their
dog
corner.
shit. You're going to be talking about how Fields is trash again after this week.
Hey, if he keeps playing like he has been, dude, and they teetered that offense towards his
last. I mean, I don't think you can say he's been all that great. So throwing 7 touchdowns with 6 interceptions. That's almost 1-1.
the last 2 weeks.
He can run the ball. Yeah, the last 2 weeks, but you can't just say
running
that
the ball is
first
part of
5
it.
weeks didn't happen.
Right, but they've turned the corner. He's a young quarterback, dude. He hasn't even started 20 games in his career. Do I think he's a great passer? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, is he ever going to be fucking Tom Brady? No, he's not.
Yeah.
But can he be an effective quarterback in this league? Yes, absolutely. If the offense is teetered around him like the Philadelphia Eagles do to Jalen Hurts, and you build it around his strengths.
Yeah, but you have to build it around his strengths. They aren't building it around his strengths, other than getting Claypool, who's not going to see much time. Maybe 20 snaps this weekend.
Oh,
maybe.
Give me the Bears, dude. I'll change it. Give me the Bears +5.
Good luck.
Give me the fucking Bears. I can't believe if Michael Gibson's listening to this, I'm actually sitting here defending your fucking trash Bears, dude.
You're saying it right now, proving my point.
Hey, I like what they're doing though. I think that
they still lost by 20 points last weekend.
Yeah, to one of the best
Cooper Rush.
To the team I have 4th in my power rankings. I mean, dude, it was like bound to happen. There was a reason why they were 10-point dogs. Miami is not as good as Dallas, though.
Yeah, and that's why they're only 5-point favorites here, not 10. And they are not gonna lose by 20.
All right, let's get to our Sunday night game before we get some best bets and get out of here. We got Tennessee heading into Arrowhead Stadium to face the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are coming off a bye, and if you are new to football or have been living under a rock, Andy Reid is the best head coach off a bye. Tennessee's 5-2 straight up, 5-2 against the spread, 2-5 to the over. Kansas City 5-2 straight up, 3-4 against the spread, 4-3 to the over. Right now, Kansas City's laying 12.5 at home. The total is 46.5. Irvin, what's your thoughts here?
I think this game has a chance to get pretty ugly because if Malik Willis is starting again at QB, that just makes the Chiefs zero in on the run game. Damn, I almost made a podcast, did a whole podcast without yawning. So that's gonna make the Chiefs zero in on the run game, and if you can load up the box against Henry and not have to respect the pass, that's how you pretty much, I wouldn't say shut down, but stifle the Texans' offense. And the Texans have to compete with Mahomes and all his weapons, and if the defense can't get stops, that means, well, if the offense can't prolong drives, I mean the defense has to stay on the field longer, and they're going to get tired out, and then I think that's when Mahomes starts to pick them apart.
I will say this, dude. Kansas City as a touchdown or more favorite under Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, not very good against the spread.
Yeah, 12.5 points is a lot against a team who has kept, who is quietly 5-0 in their last 5, albeit against dog shit teams, but have won, and who have, really won by 7, 9, 5, another 7 and 2 here. I'm just looking at this game time weather, 53 and raining.
It don't
That's
matter
gonna
for
be
Mahomes, dude.
What's that?
That sounds like an under recipe right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Under 46.5, I think, is the best bet for this game.
Well, I think this is
all of the Titans games, not one of those has gone over 46.5.
I was gonna say, I think for the Titans, like the way they're gonna want to play, if they're gonna have any chance in this game, like it has to be a low scoring game. They can't get into a shootout with the Chiefs, and obviously they're gonna want to establish the run, right, and run King Henry, and that's gonna be their recipe for success. And obviously Kansas City defensively, not very good against the run, 17th against the run, 26th versus a pass. I don't know who's going to start at quarterback, whether it's going to be Malik Willis or Ryan Tannehill. I don't even know if it matters, to be honest, because Tannehill sucks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I came out and said, I said, Ryan Tannehill is starting this game, does that change your opinion on this game at 13.5 points?
Yes.
A little, yeah, because he's a veteran. He's going to make it with his R.
He's been playing in that rain before. He's had that experience to it.
For some reason, outside of that second half in the AFC Championship game, he usually have good games against the Chiefs.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's just too many points. I think Kansas City wins this game, but I don't think by, 12.5, 13.5.
Yeah. I think it's too many points too. I would lean the Titans,
especially in the rain. Especially in the rain.
What's the over under, 48 or 49?
46
and a half. Yeah.
Oh, I think, yeah. If it's raining, it's going to be extended throughout the game. Yeah, definitely bet the under.
Do we know it's going to rain for sure, though?
Game time weather.
Far out.
Yeah, game time weather is listed as rain. Let's see.
That could hella change, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's look ahead daily. Hold on. Fuck off, ads.
I love how the Titans get Treylon Burks, and dude's been hurt all year.
70% chance of rain on Saturday. Oh, Sunday it says only a 10% chance. So
likely no rain then.
Thanks, fucking AccuWeather forecast.
Well, if it's no rain, give me. I still low key like the under, but
what's up with Kadarius Toney? Is he gonna play?
They said they easing him along. He might get some snaps this game. He didn't play at all last week.
Well, they had a bye last week.
Oh well, shit. He might not play at all then because they said they're gonna ease him into the frame. They're not gonna rush him. So they guess they want him to learn the playbook or learn a majority of the playbook before they put him out there.
And no Frank Clark this week either in defense.
But Karlaftis and I think Chris Jones are gonna feast.
Yeah, and McDuffie should be back as well.
Yeah. Oh no, Chiefs look good, man. Everybody overlooked them. I said not to overlook their ass.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with the under, dude.
Tony is not listed on the injury report.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my only thing was, is he going to play? Because he is new, you know what I mean? They just acquired him, so
yeah.
What's his workload going to be? How many plays is he going to get in? If 70 plays, is he going to get 10%? 15
plays, probably, yeah.
Because I think he could be a game changer, dude.
Hell yeah, he
Yeah.
fast as hell, and he got good hands. He runs good
He said,
routes.
"Oh yeah, he fast as hell."
Why would who needs more weapons? Like the Chiefs need more weapons, and he was easily first round talent.
Yeah.
Some people thought some people thought he was the best wide receiver in that class,
Yeah.
but you know, it's the Chiefs. They just find ways to keep adding talent.
Yep, and making it work.
Mhm.
We'll see what happens. All right,
Let's go, y'all.
let's get some best bets of these games we talked about here. Who wants to go first, Irving?
No, I'll wait.
Ben?
I'll go first.
All right.
All right, first game that we're gonna go is going to be Tampa Bay and LA. We're gonna go the under 42.5. Like I mentioned earlier, this is old man versus old man, or olding team versus olding team. Both of these offenses have just been absolutely atrocious this year. Not even getting to 20 points a game. Defensively, I'd say they're better than each other on offense. So we're going to go under 42.5 here. And then bet number two, we're going to go Miami Dolphins -5. And y'all are going to be talking about how, how Justin Fields is just as trash as we thought he was in the first 5 weeks of this season. So,
Oh God, here we go. Irv?
I'm gonna do Eagles Texans. I'm gonna do the under. And
Texans,
then
Philly
I'm
under?
gonna do-
Texans, Philly under?
Under. And then I'm gonna go with the Chargers and the Falcons. I'm gonna do the over on that game.
Chargers, Falcons, over. All right. I'm gonna go contrarian here, and I'm gonna take Bears +5.
we're adding a shot to this then.
In spite of Ben.
We'll add a shot to it.
All right, fair enough. And then I am going to take, let's see here. Let me get a pick that's different from you guys. Let's go under 46.5 Chiefs and under 46.5 Chiefs Titans. I like it.
There we go.
Let's go. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Irvin and I will be breaking down Week 10 college football picks against the spread. We got a huge matchup on Saturday. Number 1 versus number 2, Tennessee versus Georgia. So you're definitely gonna want to tap in for that one. Make sure to go to Devour.com or download the Devour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. For Swervin Irvin Washington, for Big Ball and Ben Larson, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lads. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, YouTube. Let's go. Let's get this. Y'all have a blessed, what's tomorrow? Wednesday. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go.